It's been many months in the making, but the rest of my 2025 home office desk setup is finally complete. Now, the first half of my 2025 desk setup was finished several months ago, and I posted the video here on the channel back a little while ago. I'll link it down below for you to check that out before you jump into this video. But that was all focused on the left-hand side of my desk, my computer setup, my monitor. This time, it's the rest of the setup, everything else going on my desk to get my creative work, my web design work, my graphic arts, and of course my videos here for the channel done. And this is the stuff I'm using to do it in 2025. So let's jump right into it, starting with what is underneath my Apple Studio display, and that is my Google or Nest Home Hub, the bigger screen version of the Nest Minis that you've probably seen everywhere, and you probably have one yourself. This is perfect for my home office setup. It allows me to control all the smart home tech that I've got, not just in the office, but around my entire house from one place. I can view the feed from my Nest video doorbell. I can lock and unlock my door using my August lock. I can control the lighting in my office from Philips Hue, and also a new light that I've recently added, which is actually affixed on the back of the studio display. This is the PAUTIX RGB light strip. For under $40, this USB powered light adds hundreds of different color and style customization options to a surface of your choosing. I've used the included 3M tape to attach it to the back of my studio display, so I get lighting that casts into the back of my office because I already have lights under my desk and some lighting behind me on my shelf. So this just complements everything and rounds out the back of the office setup, the desk setup, quite nicely. As I said, there's hundreds of different control options. You can change hue, tone, speed, brightness. You can do it all through your Nest control. It is capable of connecting to Google and Alexa. You can also control it using the app on your smartphone, your iPhone, or your Android using the PAUTIX Lite app. The control module for the light connects directly to your Wi-Fi network and integrates into your smart home setup. It's super easy to set up and install and use. Highly recommend if you're looking to add some light to your desk setup that you look at this offering from PAUTIX, because again, it is quite cost effective, under $40, and they have some other options as well, including one that plugs directly into a wall socket instead of USB. I'll link the PAUTIX light strip down below for you to check out. Flanking the Google Nest Hub are my cameras. My Leica Q3, which I've done several videos on, which I'll link below for you, and my Sony a6700, which I still love and use all the time for shooting content, especially when I'm out and about and I need to shoot fast. The Leica is my fun shooting camera. I take that when I'm traveling to special places or I'm just out and about shooting for fun. The Sony is my workhorse. I shoot videos here for the channel. I shoot cars. I shoot action photography. I shoot wildlife, landscapes, you name it. The a6700 can literally nail all of it. I also used to store my lenses on the desk, but they took up a lot of room because they're quite large. So my Sony lenses now live on a shelf located directly behind my desk setup. I think this is just a much cleaner solution, much cleaner aesthetic on the desk, less clutter. Now I actually do have a new keyboard en route, and I'll be doing a full review and hands-on and comparison of that keyboard very shortly, not to give anything away. But currently I'm still rocking the tried and true setup from Logitech that I've had for years and years now. Of course, the Logitech MX Master 3. I think this is just the best all-round mouse you can get for your desk setup. It can do everything. And flanking the MX Master 3 is my Craft keyboard, again from Logitech. This is a full-size keyboard with number pad, but the thing that makes this keyboard so unique is its input dial, its creative dial in the top left-hand corner. You can control and customize what this dial does depending on the app you're in or depending on any other setting that you might have. It's clickable, it rotates. So for example, you can have it controlling your music in Spotify, your volume level up and down, but you can click to play and pause. Similarly, in Photoshop, which I use all the time, or Illustrator, this is my zoom. I use the dial to zoom in and out. This dial is a great addition if you're a creative. However, I've also recently added something new to the desk setup, brand new for this year, that makes video editing even easier and is very similar to the function on this keyboard. And of course, that is my Loupedeck CT. For about $800, the Loupedeck really takes my editing workflow in any application, period, to the next level. With it being placed just in front of where my mouse sits, the Loupedeck really does make a one-handed editing workflow possible, whether I'm creating YouTube videos or working in Photoshop, Illustrator, anything like that. The Loupedeck has a preset for it, and if it doesn't, it allows you to build your own. Any shortcut, any action, any keyboard combo, or any workflow element that you can think of can be set and stored on one of the tiles on the Loupedeck CT. And the Loupedeck CT has 8 different screens that you can switch between, so you can set a ton of options. So when I'm in Final Cut, I have one dial that is just for editing tools, and I have another one that is for balancing color, and I have another one that is for balancing audio. And you can toggle between them at will. It's very easy. It really truly does take your editing workflow to a whole new level. I know that this is not something that everybody needs, but if you are really serious about video or graphics or audio workflows, the Loupedeck is something that you really should have a look at. They make a couple of versions. You don't have to get the CT. This is the big boy, not sponsored in any way. I just really love the look and feel, the tactility, and the endless possibility of added control and capability that this thing adds to my workflows every day. And just behind the Loupedeck are my tried and true original generation, not USB-C version AirPods Max, which I still love. And again, because of the price point and just how good they are and how minor the improvements, if you want to call them that, in the new version are, I see absolutely no reason to upgrade. The one thing you will notice is that they're not in the bra case. And that's because I found this really nice Farwayview stand for under $50 Canadian on Amazon that not only allows you to store them in a much nicer way, in my opinion, where they're exposed and much easier to access, but this Farwayview stand also has magnets in the bottom portion that trick the AirPods into thinking they're in the bra case. So this puts them into standby mode and extends your battery life for way, way, way longer than they normally would if you're just sitting out of the case. This is a win-win, both from an aesthetic point of view and from a user point of view. You can just pull it off the stand, throw them on your head, and get back into your workflow. This just is such a much better solution. And I'll link it down below if you want to check out this particular stand. I think there's a couple color options. I strongly recommend that if you dislike the bra case on your AirPods Max, you'll look at one of these stands as well. And last but not least, my M4 iPad Pro, the 11-inch model, which I've had for quite a while now, and I still love it and use it all the time. My wife and I were recently away on a cruise, and I didn't bring my MacBook Air with me, but this iPad Pro was the perfect travel companion. With the keyboard case I have with it, I was able to hammer through my emails, get some editing of photos done in Lightroom, play some games from time to time, and just generally stay connected without any issues. I really didn't miss the MacBook very much while I was traveling, and that's a good sign of just how far things have come for the iPad ecosystem. Now, when we were away, I also had my Leica Q3 with me, and this adapter that you see in the bottom of the iPad from CABLETIME, which is their 3-in-1 USB SD card reader, made getting the footage off of my Leica and into Lightroom dead easy. This card reader has a really unique trick to it in which you can actually pull it apart and switch from USB-C to USB Type A. It only takes a matter of seconds, and then you can use it regardless of what kind of device you're plugging into, whether it's a computer or an iPad. Heck, you can even plug it into an iPhone if you want. The flexibility and the options are there. It also accepts both full-size and micro SD cards, giving you more control and flexibility. So regardless of what camera system you're shooting off of or what sort of memory card you might be using for data, you can use it with this 3-in-1 card reader. If you're going to be editing on the go and you've got any camera and you want to be able to get the footage onto your iPhone or your iPad, this card reader really does make things super easy. And the read speeds were super fast from my Leica's SD card onto my iPad Pro. For under $20 Canadian, I think it's really great value. You don't have to carry 2 separate adapters. You just have one piece that does both. That's super clutch. And it saves you a bunch of space in your bag. If you want to check it out, I'll be sure to link the CABLETIME 3-in-1 card reader down in the description below for you to check out too. And with that, that concludes my 2025 home office desk setup. Be sure to get subscribed And leave a like and a comment down below if you liked any of the things shown in this video, and to make sure that you don't miss out when I swap this craft keyboard for the brand new one I've got on the way. Let me know what you guys think of the setup. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's too much? Let's have a conversation as always down below. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again soon in the next video.